Welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports Video Blog. Today's date is April 16th, 2022. This is episode 176. Thank you for joining me this morning. I was able to do a blog this morning. I was going to do it at night, but my boss gave me a couple hours off, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Record the blog in the morning, so we get ahead of the playoff games. That's today in the NBA. A lot to talk about with that. Jackie Robinson Day as far as with baseball yesterday, and just look at some of the teams early in the season. And NFL news this week, Derek Carr signed a big extension. The coach Stephon Gilmore picks up Stephon Gilmore, of course, formerly with the New England Patriots, got traded to Carolina. I think during the season last season, and the latest on Baker Mayfield. So we'll have a lot to get into today, but a lot of topics to hit on. I wanted to get, before I start this, special shout out to all my new subscribers I've been getting the last couple of days. The God of War 3, the Retro Series project's going pretty well. Get some decent views on it, so I appreciate everybody for watching. More of that to come. I'm going to try to do an MLB The Show video today. But that was kind of hard to do because, like I said, I've been doing most of my recordings around work, so I've been getting to stop and go. Or something might come up when I have to leave, take care of some things throughout the house. So, so that's why it's hard to do that video. It's not quick, even though God of War video is not usually real short either. But it's easier to do one of those videos than the MLB The Show one. But like I said, one of the videos got a copyright claim on it, so that's the issue. But now I'm just gonna record without the music and see how that goes. So I'm gonna do that in the next video. It might be today. I have a few hours, but I want to take a nap after I've done this. But let's go ahead and get into it, though. Like I said, I appreciate y'all coming here with me. Like I said, I was going to record at night. I'm kind of late already. I want to, hopefully, he got here a little late, my boss, so probably about an hour late, so I'm an hour behind that I want to be already finished and be edited by now, so I can take a nap for real. Then I got to clean my room later on. Got to look for some things for next week. So that's what my day is going to entail. Then I got to go back to work, later on in the day, so I'm just getting a few hours to recharge a little bit. But every Saturday I want to come here and still do the blog, so I'm here. So we always get baseball out of the way. Let's get the baseball news out the way first. Jackie Robinson's Day was yesterday. It's the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson Day. Of course, everybody that knows any Black history, Jackie Robinson is definitely a big part of Black history. Broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Did some things also off the field, as far as civil rights and everything back during that time. So he's a beloved figure. I recommend you, if you really want to know more about it, watch the movie 42, which is probably like the latest movie about it, or just do some research on Jackie. But he was a big impact in not just baseball, but in the world of sports, period. So baseball usually on the 15th of April. All the players were at 42, I think they did different this year, since it's the 75th anniversary. I think of him breaking the barrier. All the 42s was trimmed in blue, so like I say, some of the Orioles, I'm an Orioles fan. The front of the jersey, it's like normal, but I think the number was just 42 on the back, and then it was like trimmed in blue. Even though ironically today it's not a lot of African Americans in baseball, it's a lot more foreign players, but it's not a lot of African Americans. A lot of African Americans is sort of backed away from the sport over the years. Like I said, I'm still a big baseball fan. That's why I continue to talk about it on the blog. But I don't know a lot of people that like baseball, to be honest with you. I only know a few people. Like most people that I know, baseball is not a sport they enjoy, but I always did. Like I said, I grew up on baseball. I love the game. They try to change the game for the younger generation. Like I said, some of the things they did this year, put the DH in both leagues, trying to speed the game up, things of that nature. But I think you just got to be a purist. So some days you just got to take it for what it is. And maybe baseball, unless, I think it would take like especially for the African American community, like a black, flamboyant, like in your face type of personality. I think the Addy got to be good. I think if you get somebody like that, almost like them going back in my day, like Baker Mayfield Jr. I think he kept the African Americans involved. Just how cool he was, just a swagger on the baseball field. I think you need a black person, a black athlete to come through and have that flair, that personality to draw us back to the game. Other than that, I think it's always going to be, and how even the media, try to sway things to make it seem like we're supposed to be the minorities in the country, but they need our money still, obviously, because let's say like whatever we're not interested in, it don't do well. In my opinion, it's not doing well in the market. So kind of getting off topic, but just to celebrate Jackie Robinson, I'm glad baseball does it. Keep everybody informed of what he's done. Like I said, if you want to know a lot more, just do some research. Jackie Robinson was more just a baseball player. He did a lot of things in civil rights as well, during the time in the 50s and everything. Also, just the things that he endured, that he did for a lot of, he sacrificed for a lot of people. That's why we was able to get the Hank Aaron's, the Willie Mays going back in that time, and the people you see today. So I'm grateful for it, so I appreciate it. So I wanted to definitely touch on that. This topic number 2 in baseball, the hottest team so far. It's nobody, it's only been a week, so ain't nobody really breaking away. One team I am impressed with so far, the San Diego Padres, what they've been doing. No Fernando Tatis so far, but they play some good baseball. But I think everybody else kind of bunched up. Okay, I'm trying to pull up the standings on my phone. Phone never want to act right for me when I'm on here. Let's see. American League, see, it's kind of bunched up. Toronto and the Chicago White Sox got 5 wins. The White Sox got 1 less loss. But Cleveland at 4-3, they run differential is +20. So that's crazy. My resident was wrong this morning. He said the Orioles was in 2nd place. I was like, no, I don't think so, because they only got 2 wins. So that's not accurate. But everybody else in the American League for the rest of the Mets, that's another team that's off to a great start. Max Scherzer looked good. So the Mets got a little bit of a cushion. Cardinals in 1st place in the Central. Colorado and so I'm sort of off with the Padres. They 5-4, but Dodgers, Giants, and the Rockies are 5-2. And Dodgers got a +16 in run differential. So just a quick update, but the Mets right now, best record in baseball with at 6-2, and they got the biggest run differential, which makes sense if you got a better record. But so we'll see. Like I said, it's early in the season. I don't know, I just was impressed by some of the Padres wins they had this week, but they only 5-4 so far. But like I said, we have something to talk about every week with baseball. But that being said, we're done with that. Let's move on to the NBA. Biggest news going into today's games, of course, we're going to look at the schedule real quick. Luka Doncic has been ruled out for Game 1 in the Mavericks-Utah series. The Mavs are the 4th seed. The Utah is the 5th seed. That's the first game of the day at 1 o'clock. Like a minute ago, I have it in the icon, the information button. You can go back and look at the my NBA playoff preview. I pretty much was right about all the playing except for the Pelicans. The Pelicans broke through, beat the Clippers last night. We're going to talk about that actually in a few seconds. But the Luka Doncic injury is supposed to be a calf strain. Calf strains can come and go. I think long as he plays majority of the series, I think Dallas will still get through. Like I said, I don't believe in the Jazz to get far, but if Dallas, if Luka can't play for the Mavs, I think they could definitely get by and beat Dallas. They still got a decent team. Donovan Mitchell, he usually steps it up this time of year. Conley and Gobert, nice pieces. Utah's a nice team. It's just when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I think too much pressure is put on Donovan Mitchell. So I think that's why they got a ceiling to me. But they can win this series if Luka don't play the majority. But I think today's game is a big. I think Utah has to win this game. To me, if they want to win this series, I think they have to win this game today. Let's talk about the players first, and then we'll talk about some of the first round matchups again. Now that they're official, the game Hawks Cavaliers, that was a good game last night. I seen the highlights of the game. Trae Young, that young man is the truth. That's why I give them a shot, even against Miami. I don't think they're gonna beat the Heat in the first round. The Heat is the 1 seed. Of course, the Hawks are the 9, but they got in, which I thought they would. I thought they would probably win against Charlotte and then beat Cleveland, which happened. Trae Young is the truth, what he did the second half. Cleveland, though, I like what they put together in Cleveland. Like I said, them and the Bulls, they keep building on what they have. They could be East contenders. Go along with Milwaukee, see how Philadelphia fares out. So the East starting to get a little bit buff there. The East used to be pretty much Cleveland and everybody else, or Toronto and everybody else. So it's good to see some balance in the Eastern Conference, even in the lower parts of the East starting to get interested as well with Charlotte. If they don't mess it up, if they trade for Westbrook, which I think I said something this week about that, that'd be a mistake. I think they needed to keep building on what they have. The Wizards got something going if Bradley Beal stays, so there's some good teams in the Eastern Conference, even at the bottom part. The Heat will still be good for years to come if they keep that team together. So we'll see how the East rolls out in the next few years. But for this season, I think I said the Atlanta, I think they have a shot. I think they probably can push them to 6. I'm looking at a 6-game series there. We'll look at the rest of the East and everybody else in a second. The other playing game for the Western Conference was the LA Clippers hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. But I think Clippers just had bad luck. It's like they cursed, man. Like no matter where they at in the standings, playoffs, whatever. Like they lose Paul George pretty much last minute. He tested positive for COVID, so that hurt them. And I think he would have definitely made a difference last night. Just an up and down game. Both games were sort of up and down. Cleveland was up pretty much decently, and Atlanta came back. The other Clippers, Pelicans game was up and down. Clippers took up to a big lead. Pelicans come back. It was just a back and forth game. But the key for the Pelicans was definitely Brandon Ingram, who's came a long way from this when he was with the Lakers. He's a legitimate star in this league. The rumors about Zion, let's get that out the way. He's been talked about this week. When he plays, he's something else. He's a fighting to watch. He can drive to the basket, got a little jump shot. Everybody keep going talk about his weight. I don't know what's going on with his weight. I'm not an expert, so I'm not gonna start chiming on he's eating wrong and all that. I don't know what's going on with him. He definitely need to lose weight, but I'm not gonna go as far to say he need. People are joking saying he need to stop eating this and that, unless you know for sure he's doing that. But I just hope. I mean, he's a young man. Like some people, everybody deal with things differently. This is my take on Zion. Maybe he's just young. He got freedom probably for the first time. Got money. I think he's just sort of trying to. I think he's trying to enjoy life, and then the injuries on top of that. But I don't know if I would. Well, I think in the Pelicans case, I probably would assert him now that I think about it, because it's like you got nothing to lose. You don't expect to win this series against Phoenix. I think Phoenix might sweep them. To be honest with you. So why not throw Zion there, get him some playoff experience, and maybe next year I'll start off on a clean slate. I think he don't want to be there. I think that's also an issue as well, but I think he's handling it wrong if he don't want to be there. I think he needs to play, but if he come back and play in this series, why not? Only thing I was risking him getting injured again, but other than that, I think he needs the experience. So if he could play, go ahead and play him. But I think this could be a sweep. Phoenix is on another level than everybody right now, really. So that's their first round matchup, as they will go to Phoenix on tomorrow as well. Atlanta plays Miami tomorrow as well. So to look at the matchups, like I said, the first round matchup, today's games, Jazz Mavericks was already pointed out. That's the 1 o'clock start. Timberwolves Grizzlies, I think that could be a good series. I think this series might go 6 games, but I think the Grizzlies will win it though. But the Timberwolves are kind of a little feisty team. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a little chippy. That's a 3:30 start. Raptors at 76ers. See a lot of people corn flipping this series. I just think Joel Embiid will just be too much for the Raptors. I think the Raptors would have pushed it over. This could go 7 games, but I just think Joel Embiid is the difference. I think they can at least get by Toronto. Now after that, I don't know, because I think they would be matched up with Miami. But see, I think they could give Miami a run for their money, because Miami's kind of a small team. It just depends on Harden and probably have to make some big shots. But I'm not dismissing. Some people just automatically just dismissing the Sixers. I'm not going to do that. I think they get by this series. I think the Miami series will be tough. I think they can beat Miami as well. Like, even though I had Miami beating them, if you check out my preview special, I think Miami could go to beat it, but I think Philly will be definitely going to be a tough out with Embiid. Nuggets Warriors, that's a nightcap that's on ABC, so I get to watch that game. So I'm gonna probably watch a little bit of that, watch a little bit of this USFL, see how that goes. Game 1, Warriors hosted the Nuggets, 3 and 6 seed, and then tomorrow, Hawks Heat. Like I said, I think to touch on the Nuggets and the Warriors series, I think that's kind of an interesting series. The Warriors coming in a little banged up. Steph Curry, I think, is ready. Draymond Green just getting back, so I think the Warriors still not at their potential yet. But like I said, if Denver was fully healthy, if they had Murray and Porter, I would say this would be definitely Denver can definitely probably win this series. But I just think just like in the NBA, when you just got one guy that got to do everything, Nikola Jokic, I think he got to do too much. I think somehow the Warriors slow him down. I think they probably put Draymond on him to bother him a little bit. I think that'd be enough for the Warriors to get by this series. Probably 6 games. Hawks Heat, like I said, I mentioned the Hawks Heat. This tomorrow now, 1 o'clock start. Like I said, I think the Hawks will win at least 1. I think Trae Young will probably go nuts at least 1 or 2 of these games. I think this might go 5, and the Heat will move on. Nets Celtics. This is a tough one to me to break, but I have to go with the Celtics. I just think I get them the respect. They've been playing well this year. That's a ABC game as well, so that's a game I'm definitely gonna watch tomorrow. But I think this is a big game 1, because I think if the Nets win game 1, I think that'll give them even more confidence. I think Boston's not going to back down though. I don't think it will shake them. I think it will give the Brooklyn more confidence they can really win this series. But when we got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, it's just, you can't dismiss them. This might be a long series, 6-7 games, but I think Boston will prevail. Bulls Bucks. This is another series I think could be a sweep. This is a 6:30 start tomorrow. I think the Bucks can sweep the Bulls. The Bulls just, got off to that high start and just been struggling ever since. I was on a panel. Well, I was listening to a panel. Basically, somebody that's from Chicago that followed the Bulls very closely was saying the reason they fell off is because DeMar DeRozan, when he had his hot run, he was scoring 40, 50 points. He was playing outstanding. But I think they leaned on that too much. Stopped sharing the basketball. Offense got disoriented. Then the injuries to Levine, LaMelo, Lonzo Ball threw the chemistry off, and they sort of fell off. They was able to hold on to that 6th spot though. I thought they might was going to fall into the play-in as well. But I think Milwaukee, like I said, everybody's underestimating the Bucks. I ain't gonna say that because now I see a lot of pundits now. They taking the Bucks to repeat, and so am I. That's my. You can still go watch my previous session, but I got basically a rematch, and I got Suns over the Bucks over the Suns in 6 games again. That's my pick for the whole thing. But I think this series definitely probably could be a sweep. Just to give I say if the Bulls win 1 game, that's great, but I think this could be a sweep as well. And Pelicans Suns, I've talked a little bit about that. I think this could be a sweep too. I guess it's going to depend on how they box. If McCollum, he's capable of going off for 40, 50 points. Him and Ingram had to have like a monster game. So I think they only can do it 1 time. But Phoenix is just like I said, they on another level. I think they're going to kind of not cruise, but I think this series not going to be too much for them. Then the next series, Dallas, if it's still if Luka's still struggling with it, or if they get Utah, there's definitely they destroy Utah to me, probably in the 5 or 6 games too. But Dallas, I think could push them if Luka is healthy. Even if they get a Dallas with half Luka, I think Phoenix basically to the Western Conference Finals probably won't be challenged too much. And like I said, I like Memphis as well. But I think Phoenix is, like I said, it's just a class above everybody else this season, especially in the West. So I think that could be a sweep. But to get all the rest of my predictions, like I said, I just hit the icon button or the description button, pull up, I'm gonna have it in the description box. You can go check that video out, see all my picks, all my predictions for the NBA playoffs, which starts today. So definitely a big Easter weekend, always a big as far as sports, always a great weekend for sports. So check that out. So so the games today, let's go back to the games today. Like I said, Jazz Mavericks at 1, that's on ESPN. They got a doubleheader, they got a tripleheader really. Wolves Grizzlies 3:30 start. Raptors Sixers at 6. And then ABC has the night game, which is still affiliated with ESPN. Nuggets Warriors game 1. All these are game 1s. All tomorrow games are game 1s, of course. And throughout the week, there'll probably be 2 games a night, 2 or 3 games a night. NBA TV probably have a game here and there. So first round starts today. So basketball fans definitely excited about that. All right, let's move on to the NFL. I don't think I need my phone anymore to look up anything. Well, I will when I do the USFL. I'm gonna look at this USFL thing. NFL, Derek Carr signed to a extension this week. I did a small little short on it, my thoughts on it. I give more of a expounded opinion on it. A Raiders fan commented on my short and said he didn't like it, but basically I think he was trying to say he don't like it. He wish it was, he wanted a better quarterback, but you pretty much stuck with him, so you had to pay him, and which that's basically what I said on my short, because with all the moves being made, everybody's gone. You know, everybody off the board as far as veterans around the league, other than Baker Mayfield, which is, you know, I think they pretty much even, in my opinion. So why, you know, go for that? Plus, I think, like I said, I think with that, we're gonna talk about Baker though. I ain't gonna get off topic with Derek Carr, but I think Baker, I think they waiting for him to be released. I think after the draft, maybe we might start seeing some things happen with that, but I think that's going to pretty much sit. It might sit throughout, you know, until training camp. So teams just going to wait for the release instead of giving up any capitalization for him, which is smart. A lot of people taking it well. Hey, Baker, I think Baker has potential, but I also think I think Cleveland probably gave up too much to get Deshaun Watson, but you can't blame him. Deshaun Watson is great. And the way Baker said it, you know, he came out and said he was disrespected, which we're going to get into that. But as far as to stay with Derek Carr, I think he deserved an extension as far as what he did for the Raiders. Like the year they went to the playoffs and he got hurt right before the playoffs and they lost to Houston in the first round. Then this year had a tough loss at Cincinnati. But he played pretty well, you know. He's played pretty well. He's been pretty decent. Let's see what he do with the guy said this in my his comment. Let's see what he do with Devontae Adams, which they made a trade for. I didn't know they was college teammates at Fresno State, so that was you know, I didn't know that. So that they got some type of rapport there. The running game not bad. The defense to me need to improve on the back end. But that guy Max or that front line, Raiders, man, they're not nothing to sneeze at. But they in a tough division in the AFC West, which is deep now with everybody with a quarterback, even Denver making the move for Russell Wilson. So it's going to be Kansas City. We're going to see what they really made of, because now they got division competition now. It's not going to be no 6-0, 6 wins off the division anymore. You probably will fall a game or two, just off the toughness of the division. So I can't wait to that. Probably like after the draft, I'll probably start doing some division by division previews. Probably like starting in June maybe, or late May, because it's 8 divisions. So I do one a week. But Derek Carr, you know, I think he deserved this extension, man. Like who else you gonna go to? The quarterback drafts probably this year and next year. You're not hearing about nobody about 2023 either. You pretty much, if you got somebody that's decent, you just build around them and hopefully hope for the best. And I think Derek Carr is capable, you know. So congratulations to him on that, and we'll see what he do this season. But Raiders fans shouldn't be too upset about it though. And it's only a 3-year extension. Not saying 3 years is not a long time, but you know, I think Raiders fans should. I mean, you probably shouldn't be dancing in the street, but at the same time, like, tell me who else you can get realistically. Who else you can get? The only person that's out there, like I said, is Baker or Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco, who still haven't been moved yet. Other than that, you know, you're better off for what you got. So just build the team. You know, they tried to build a team around. They got up Devontae Adams, so should see an improvement with Derek Carr next year. And I think the Raiders will still be a contender for the playoffs. Like, that whole division has got playoff contenders. That's the only thing. Is they're in a tough division. That's, you know, is the turn that the Raiders had to deal with, just being in that tough division. Other offseason news: Colts was able to get their hands on Stephon Gilmore. Probably arguably one of the best corners in football. The Patriots traded him away to Carolina in the middle of the season. You know, New England do things like this. You know, they don't want to. If they don't want to pay you, they go ahead and get ready. They don't hang you. They don't keep you around. They go ahead and trade you away. Or if they think you're declining, they go ahead and trade you. That's what they've been doing for 20 years, and it's worked. So who's to argue with it? But I think this is a big move for the Colts, though, and proving that already young, fast defense. Stephon Gilmore is capable of locking up one side of the field. So Colts trying to contend, getting Matt Ryan, who's a decent quarterback. Let's see what they do in the draft. I think they go to Jonathan Taylor. To me, is the top 5 running back now. He's proven it. We'll see. I think the Colts could win this division next year. The Titans still going to be the Titans with Derrick Henry. That young defense getting better. Jags, I still think they're growing. I think they should take a step forward next year. At least I'm looking forward to seeing if they do. The Texans don't know what they're doing. So the rebuild, they finally got Deshaun out of there. So I think that helps them as an organization. Clean house, start over. We'll see what they do in the draft as well to build their team up. But Brandon Cooks stayed there. Brandon Cooks is an underrated receiver, by the way, just to throw that out there. But he signed back there, so I think the Colts will be a contender for that division next year with Tennessee. I think they cleared 2 top teams. Jaguars and Houston, Texas are still kind of growing. But it's a big move for the Colts. I like it. I think defensively they're definitely better than Tennessee. I think offensively they're pretty, we'll see how Matt Ryan goes. Ryan Tannehill to me is still Ryan Tannehill. I think if Derrick Henry wasn't in the backfield with him, I think he would be. It would show more of his flaws. But I think the play action pass helps him, and he's a little bit mobile as well. So it works for the Titans. But those are 2 clear best teams in that division. And the AFC, like I said, is loaded. So both conferences, man. Like it's a lot of of course, there are bad teams out there, but there's a lot of good. Like you can really argue for almost every team in this league. Like the talent that's in the league now, it's just injuries. The NFL's a lot of injuries. Just never know. Not wish injuries on nobody, but that's what happened to the Ravens last year. Injuries took them out. That gave the Bengals opportunity to win that division. So you just never know, man. Like if you got a decent team, just play hard. You just never know. Things might go in your favor. But let's touch on Baker Mayfield. Like I said, he came out this week, voiced his opinion, how disrespected he was, and everything else. I've been hearing people talk, people talking here and there. Like I said, what I think is going to happen, like I said, which I mentioned already, I think he's going to wind up being released. I don't think they're going to be able to trade for him because the moves that they made, they clearly is going to move on from him. So they're going to try to hopefully make Cleveland trade him. Make Cleveland release him, which I think they probably wind up doing, like if it get closer to the regular season, because he's not going to be able to come in that locker room at all. Like that's not going to happen. So something's going to happen before the season, but I think it might sit for a while because teams just want to wait till he get cut, and the Steelers already put out there that they're interested in him, but they're not going to trade for him unless it's a reasonable price for them. And I don't think Cleveland, of course, don't want to trade him to Pittsburgh. So even if Pittsburgh would throw the kitchen sink at him, I think they would still try to avoid it unless nothing else comes up and it's the best deal you could get. If Pittsburgh made an offer, I don't think Pittsburgh made an official offer that I know of. But to touch on Baker, like I said, I think Baker's a decent quarterback. I think he's done some good things. I think that he benefited from the running game, which Cleveland, like I said, shoot themselves in the foot the last couple of years. You got Nick Chubb and now Kareem Hunt, like 2 great running backs. Kareem Hunt was a stellar running back in Kansas City. What happened with him. And Nick Chubb, coming out of Georgia, was always highly talented running back. I think they need to pound the ball and play good defense. That still works in the NFL, despite the throw-happy league that we're in today. But I think that still works. You're going to stay in ball games, period. You just got to make the big play. But see, your quarterback got to make the big play when it's time to make the big play. What Baker have done in certain games. He was hurt last year. Had a pretty much down year this year. The Deshaun Watson day came up. They traded for him. I don't blame Cleveland for that, like I said. But I do think that he has the right to be a little bit upset. He's definitely been the best quarterback they had in 20 years. But again, this is the NFL. Whenever you get better, that's what you do. You get better. So, and I have to say that Deshaun Watson is better. Now, the only question about Deshaun Watson, he haven't played in a year, and then he might get suspended as well. So, But they pretty much went all in on him. You know, the contract, $230 million, pretty much all of it's guaranteed. So, but for Baker, like I said, I think he's gonna wind up sitting for a while. It's gonna fester a little bit. Maybe, like I said, that's why I'm bringing up the draft, because maybe you might see something at the draft. Maybe a team get interested, say, oh, well, maybe Baker could fit here. Maybe, you know, they make some moves in the draft. You know, you just never know. Teams might have a plan to get him, but they probably wait to draft day or, you know, during that weekend. So I think if he get by that weekend, then I think he's going to sit. It probably won't get traded. I mean, definitely won't get traded. He'll be released at some point. So, like I said, so next couple of weeks will be interesting. The draft is, what, 2 weeks from yesterday, Thursday? So, so definitely look out for that. Like, if you don't get moved, like I said, it'll be, I think he'll be released if you don't get traded during the draft. Okay, so we got through all our news points for this week. About to wrap things up. A couple of my final thoughts. Let's talk about the channel first, and then we'll talk about the USFL. This week in particular, like I said, I'm doing the blog this morning. This should be up about, I would say before 11 a.m. It's about 10:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where I'm right now. I'll put something on my Instagram. My Instagram will be in the description box as well. Like I said, 2 projects. Well, you know, one project I'm working on is the retro series with God of War 3. I'm gonna finish that. Might do a video today. MLB, the show 22. Like I said, I'm gonna do another video today. Like I said, I'm about to take a nap first, but I gotta get up and do some cleaning. I got to find some things. I got things to do next week. That, like I said, that game is harder to do because it's definitely an hour worth of my time. Then I'm doing it around work. People want to play with me, play games with me and stuff like that. You know, so all the distractions, there's a lot of distraction with that. But I'm gonna try to do that. Crash Bandicoot, I said I was going to do Crush Bandicoot as far as the Crash Team Racing Nitro Food. A lot of people love me playing that game. I'm getting most of my views on that. So I'm going to do another project. I'm going to do another adventure mode. I'm going to do it with Geary, one of my favorite characters. If you watch a lot of my videos, I always mention Geary. He was one of my favorite characters from Nitro Kart, Crash Nitro Kart, which is one of the older ones. Even though I didn't remember him really, honestly, until I got this game. But we're going to do adventure mode with that. Get through all that, do the gym cups, everything. So look out for that. Might have to start that next week. Of course, more blogs. No special blog this week. So I'm gonna be back till next Saturday, which will probably be another morning one, hopefully. If not, like I said, if I had to do a night, I'd do a night. But it'll probably most likely be another daytime one. So just stay tuned for all that. Like I said, check my Instagram. My Instagram will be in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, and you'll see when I post videos. I usually try to post something on Instagram to remind everybody to go watch. So definitely follow me on Instagram. You'll get my latest videos. So just subscribe, you know, hit the notification bell, you know, to get all my latest videos. So this is the latest I'm working on. Call of Duty Vanguard, got some news on that. I might be getting that Tuesday. Yeah, it might be Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'm gonna start doing videos on that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and let Modern Warfare go. My brother kind of talked him into it. He's gonna play some games with me, so we might see some videos of me and him chopping it up and playing games. He don't like it because of the, you know, it's like World War II, you know, during that time, World War II, like the 70s and stuff like that. So the weapons and stuff, like my brother's real particular about that, Fat Man. But I talked him into doing, you know, getting Vanguard. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it for the sale, because it's a sale right now. So I might try to buy that Tuesday, download it, so you'll be seeing videos of that as well. So that's exclusive. I just announced that just now. So alright, let's touch on this USFL. It's football. We got football tonight, y'all. USFL, open it up. Let me pull up I googled it last night. Let's just pull up the main page. It's a game tonight. I think it's 10 teams, 8. It's only 8 teams, so it's a game tonight. But it's one. They playing on one. I don't know if they playing on one field, but they playing in one place, which is in Birmingham, Alabama, I believe. That's what I'm reading here. But the championship will be held in the Hall of Fame in Canton, so the Hall of Fame stadium, Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. That's what I'm reading here. It's only 8 teams. Let's see. I just want to talk about tonight's game. Let me. I guess we'll look at this. Okay, so alright, let me run through some of the teams real quick. I still don't know the rosters, but Los Angeles had the Los Angeles Express, Chicago Blitz, Tampa Bay Bandits, and the Houston Gamblers. That's the South Division. I think I just read off. Oh no, I'm sorry. Birmingham Stallions, which is crazy. They gonna be at home all the time. Houston Gamblers, the New Orleans Breakers, the Tampa Bay Bandits. That's the South Division. The North Division, Michigan Panthers, New Jersey Generals, Philadelphia Stars, Pittsburgh Maulers. So, but I'm trying to get to tonight's game. It's on Fox though, but okay, let's pull up the schedule. And I know that the rules are a little bit different. I don't think it's gonna be no kicking, I think, period, at all. I think you, just like how the XFL was, if you remember the XFL before they had to stop due to COVID, extra points was like 1 point was from the 1 yard line, 2 points was from like the 3, and then 3 points was from the 10 yard line. So I think they adopted that rule for extra points. But most of the games be on Fox and NBC, so watch their games. So since it's only 8 teams, it's 4 games a week. So yeah, so they are playing on the same stadium, Protective Stadium in Alabama, in Birmingham, Alabama. So so it's football. Just check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna be flicking between that and the playoff game, basketball playoff game tonight. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Around work, of course, as always. But that'll do it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I ain't ramble too much. I know I get the rambling sometimes. Looking at the time, I think I'm kind of pushing probably my hour limit, so let me go ahead and wrap things up. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all the support as always. You guys just don't know how special you are to me. Like I said, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Like I said, I touched on it, but I'll talk more about it after this week. There's just so many people I want to say that I love them, but they know I do, but I just don't like to do things in the public forum. That's just me, without talking to them first. So, but it's just been a very difficult time, honestly, for the last couple of weeks. But I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, being patient with me. I've been gone for a year. I came back. Things starting to roll. I feel positive. I feel motivated. As long as I keep that motivation, you'll definitely see me every Saturday for sure. Throughout the week, I do my little sports shorts. A minute just to rant, give you my quick opinion on things. I still do all that, all the projects coming up. So stay tuned for all of that. And that being said, I'm Troy West. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the basketball playoffs, NBA playoffs. Best time of the year. One of the best times of the year anyway. Watch that USFL if you're a football fan. Excuse me, something to watch. And thank you guys. I just thank you guys, man. I can't put in the words sometimes, but enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching. Southside Sports Gaming channel right here on YouTube. I'm Troy West. Say have a good afternoon, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.